Hey everyone, it's Vicky here, and I'm here to introduce myself and to explain to you why I think I would be a great choice for you as a life coach. So, I will be 35 next month. I have three children whom I homeschool. I have been married to my husband for almost 14 years, and we've been together for almost 20. We are high school sweethearts, so we've been together since we were 15 years old. And we've navigated quite a few things in life together. Um, that's my family experience, but I also have a bachelor's degree in psychology, which is beneficial in this line of work because I am informed about mental illness. I have experience in furthering education, so I have a 4-year degree, which will show you that I am able to accomplish goals, especially long term goals that take a while to get to. So that is why I mentioned that. I also have a 200-hour certification in yoga teaching, another example of long-term goals that take a while to meet. This shows persistence and motivation, ambition, and those sorts of things. I have a 100-hour meditation teaching certification as well because yoga and meditation go hand in hand. I also think yoga is a wonderful way to just really for about anything, for your body, for exercise, definitely for your mind. It definitely helps in areas of, stress and worry and anxieties and things like that. So I find that to be an important bit of information as well. I also have a mindfulness certification. So I'm very into being mindful, being present, being in the moment, and kind of noticing what's going on around you, but also being able to identify stressors and setting boundaries and just being a healthy person altogether, not just mentally, not just emotionally, physically as well. And when it all comes together, that's how we can be the healthiest version of ourselves. I do have a certification as well in life coaching. So I've been through an entire program about life coaching and what it entails. And I also am furthering my education in another coaching program because I love to get information from all sorts of sources, and I like to put it together to create my own program. Lastly, I've taken courses in mental health first aid through Purdue University, and through Yale University, I took a course on the science of well-being. So I say all this to give you a sort of background in my education, my ambitions and goals, how I'm able to achieve those goals, especially in those degrees that take many years of persistence and grit and motivation, those kinds of things. And then I have a lot of lived experience. I was a volunteer counselor for my church back in Massachusetts. I'm in Indiana now, so I no longer do that. We moved during the pandemic. So I have experience in that. I've worked with youth. I've worked as a middle school leader in a middle school group back in Massachusetts. We had about 60 students. I specifically was with the 6th grade girls. I have experience in leading others. I was a volunteer coach for a group of volunteers at the church. So I think I led about 40 individuals. So I was able to lead them, coach them, teach them on how to be better teachers, how to be more involved within our community. I have homeschooled my kids for about 7 years now, I think. So I also have experience in teaching. I was a daycare teacher, also owned my own home licensed daycare back in Michigan for about 4 years. So again, I have experience in many aspects of life. My husband and I became debt-free by the time we were 33. So although I'm not a financial advisor, I get the gist and I can give you a little coaching in that as well. I have a lot to offer, basically, and my experience is very well-rounded. And so I want you to be informed as to who I am before you choose me as your life coach. So again, this is just some background and some information. I am very heavy on the being mentally, healthy. I'm a very big mental health advocate as the holder of a degree in psychology. I also have minors in both counseling and human development. So these are the things that are really important to me, things that I'm really passionate about. I also have endless hobbies that I've done. I have ran several marathons, two of them being major world marathons. I ran the Boston Marathon last year. Another example in how I am able to set a goal, work toward that goal for a very long time, and meet that goal. Also, with that marathon, I raised on my own over $11,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So, fundraising was fairly new to me. I've done a few smaller fundraisers here and there, mainly for birthdays and things like that. But this was the first time I've raised that amount of money. And again, I am sharing this with you because I know how to set goals. I know how to take those steps toward the goals, and I know how to reach those goals. And I want to help you do the same thing. I also ran the Chicago Marathon last year on the team of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I raised about $3,000 for that one. And then I ran the Indianapolis Marathon. I didn't raise as much for that. It was a sort of last minute idea. And then I will be running the New York City Marathon this November, also raising money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's a charity that's very close to my heart, and another reason why I'm so passionate about mental health. So I am not a counselor, I'm not a licensed therapist, but I am at least educated in those areas. I can refer you to the professionals if you need them. I'm very heavy on advocating for therapy and counseling because I do believe every single person can benefit from it. I'm trying to think of anything else about me that would be beneficial for you to know. So I'm very open. I'm a very open person, so I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, this is just a brief background and kind of like my own personal goal setting and achieving and education, certifications, things like that. So you can know me a little bit better and you can make an informed decision on whether I would be a good coach for you. So I also wanted to mention some of my hobbies because maybe you can, when we connect with others on a level of familiarity, we tend to, be able to reach those goals and have that accountability and just have a better time with it. So I do karate. I am a black belt in Taekwondo already, working on my black belt in karate. I do embroidery. I am a watercolor artist. I'm a photographer. Pretty much have delved into about every hobby there is. So again, if that's something that we can connect on and become, just more familiar with each other through that, I'm happy to do that. I absolutely love plants and gardening. I have about 60 house plants. So if you need some suggestions on a good starter plant or anything like that, I'm your person. And again, we have tons of animals. We have chickens and geckos and a bunny and a cat and a dog and fish and snails. So I have a very wide variety of hobbies and interests, and I would love to discuss that with you if that's something that we can connect on in order to, become more familiar with each other and continue on this life coaching journey. So if you have any questions about me and if there's any other kind of information you would like to know, maybe more of my experience or I won't disclose the people to you, but I can explain to you some of the things I've helped others kind of overcome or the goals that they want to achieve. I've had a test group so far, and so I've been helping between 5 to 7 individuals in the past month working on a variety of things like writing. A few of us have worked on morning routines, night routines to get better sleep. I teach yoga classes, so I'm happy to share those with you. I'm happy to also do one-on-one yoga teaching as well. We've had others that are working on better self-esteem, better self-love, and others have been working on work-life balance. So we've got a good variety of things that we could work on. And my main thing is we will narrow it down to 1 or 2 goals, and then we'll break that down into more attainable goals. We will map it out. We will set deadlines. We will be accountable and we will talk through the whole thing. Good communication is key in this program. So that's really what my expectations are, is just good communication. And the more work you put into it, the more you're going to be likely to meet your goal. So again, if you have any other questions, if you want to know more, let me know. I'm happy to share with you. So good luck in deciding on whether I am a good fit for you. And I hope to talk to you soon.